And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
60 Eagles, 60 Panther 11, Panther 19 Lions. Ready?
Here's Daniels.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Cowboy Lions.
To throw is Daniels.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
70 Timberwolves.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Cowboy 80.
They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll run once more with JCM. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. He can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Drop 50, drop 60. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And that flag accepted.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. That completes it again to Metcalf. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 14 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fights through. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 10.
Let's go. 70, pass all 80.
To the air goes Daniels. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Man, the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Washington.
Okay, ready?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now. 79 Bronx, Hawk 70, Hawk 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now Daniels. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Got it. Ready?
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
80, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Pass all 80. Cut 19. Cut 19. Cut 50. 60, chopstick, Warrior 70. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jalen Lane,
54 yards.
and the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll drop to throw. He gets it left side of Johnson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from the home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play it at that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run. No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
Ready,
Looking to put a drive together.
ready. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They go play action. Daniels.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
On the jump.
Gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk, cut 19, cut 19. Dragon 60, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Warrior 70. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Ready, set.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. $60 Bobcat, $60 Bobcat. Let's go.
Daniels going to throw for it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Open man is Samuel, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders have moved out in front.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's got it at the 2. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
19, 18, 79 Broncos. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready. Here we go.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. He'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this throw incomplete. Have a defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
A gain of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Lions.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Pass caught, it's Lane with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Come on, come on. 60 vices, 60 vices. Bronco switch, Bronco.
Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Get it. Cougar 19.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got this down to the 35. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now is Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And offensively they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Daniels. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2002? 20. He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one. My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Here we go, shot, picker.
Back to throw again.
They'll check this down to Johnson.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, he'll drop to throw. Caught by Wilson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is 2nd and 8.
Cut my team. Get up. Pass to 60. Pass 50. Shot 60.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
To throw is Daniels.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's out right at the 25. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
2, 8, 7.
Here's Daniels.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, Buffalo 18.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Gotta be lying. 60. 19 tight. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
To the air goes Daniels.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Well, the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team. Going to be summoned on 4th down.
Okay, ready? Set. Cougar 19.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Washington going to send out their punter.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This one finds Wilson downfield.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
And they can't bring him down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Roman Wilson, 39 yards. And the Steelers, on the final play of the 3rd quarter, have taken the lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fighting his way through contact.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time on a catch and run. 30 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now Daniels. Now he's loose at the 40.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Washington.
Deebo Samuel.
Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for two. And now the lead stays at 5.
Steelers 20.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They'll set up the throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw.
Now a screen set up for Johnson.
7 yards there, the first down screen play.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And a catch made by Johnson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6, 15, right here. Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Screen play, Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Steelers have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
And this one's caught. And their fourth-quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is first and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And the ball is knocked out. And down he'll go at the 25.
But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Here's second down. Daniels looking to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Gap 60, gap 60. Warriors, 70. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll look to throw. Able to find the open there. That's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Buffalo 18. Go.
Back to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Dragon 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. 79 Broncos.
Back to throw.
That's to Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
First down. A gain of 15.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's first and 10 now.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
Take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Steelers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.